together. For example, the ministry has today a labor market information system, where at least to begin with an inventory of all people who have been skilled is available for corporates to track, kind of a thing. So it's some kind of an online mechanism to track people who are skilled and who are the people who are available. Several of NSDC's innovation partners are trying to connect the corporates with the people who are skilled through a lot of apps and a lot of other online activity and even offline activity, that they're doing. So, while our ministry does not have a direct responsibility to create jobs in our country, because that's an outcome of the work of so many other ministries put together, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Commerce, Industry, everybody put together kind of thing. So, but where we can help, we are tying up with a lot of corporates. So, a lot of our training partners, what they do when they mobilize a batch. They mobilize the batch looking at the requirements from corporates, so they have a prior tie-up with those corporates. It may not be happening everywhere, but in many cases where they have prior tie-up with the corporates, and corporates have a role to play in selection of those batches while they're being mobilized. And then there are several examples in hundreds and perhaps thousands where the entire batches are employed by the corporates. Almost 90% of the people who complete the program there. So I think we have to improve a lot on that front. I mean, do we do it perfectly today? My answer would be no. But we are getting there. We're getting there, and I think it's and also other areas, entrepreneurship. See, the same ministry is responsible for entrepreneurship also. So what we are doing, for example, this year under the Pradhan Kaushal Vikas Yojana version 2, which again the President of India launched on 15th of July this year. Entrepreneurship is being made an integral part of every job role, kind of thing. So what are we saying? We are not saying that going through that program a person can become an entrepreneur, but at least it will sensitize that what is an entrepreneur, what is a broad business plan, what are the financial instruments one can tap, how he has to think about the customer, how design inputs are important. So different ideas to sensitize them. Today otherwise the people have no idea. So I think we are directly doing a lot in the entrepreneurship space and also working with corporates so that the industry connect with the people that we train is far greater than what traditionally has been in the country. So that this mismatch between people trained and the corporate requirements is it can never be reduced to zero, but it can be minimized.
A lot of people say what you're doing probably is for the unorganized sector, for dropouts, for etc. But we get to hear reports that 80% or 90% of our engineering graduates are not employable. So are you doing anything to improve their quality output?
Yeah. So in for example, I mean some of the service sector oriented programs in hospitality, in retail, in BFSI, in IT, ITS, their employability skills, including soft skills program, make a very, very strong component of the entire training package. Not only that, the way I explained for entrepreneurship, similarly soft skill programs are going to be a common denominator for all courses under Pradhan Kaushal Vikas Yojana, the scheme that we are going to, which has been launched by the President, and now we are going to operationalize it. So it is becoming. I completely agree with you. A few years back, I was the co-convener of a study which was done by the then Planning Commission, and which looked at employability issues. And to our utter surprise, we found that only 10% of our graduates and postgraduates all put together are employable. And if you look at the creamy layer, the MBAs, the BTechs, the MTechs, the MCA, chartered accountants, that layer, only 24 to 30% people are employable. So it's a huge. As Dr. Kalam always used to say, we don't have a problem of unemployment. There are a lot of jobs in the country. The problem of unemployability, and we need to address, and there's a lot that needs to be done, not only in the skill space, but in the MHRD space also. Because a lot of these employability skills child learns right from cradle to the grave, that learning has to continue, and it's important. What we can do within our space, we are trying our best to. We are also trying to do a lot of online program availability kind of thing, where the need to have a connect at the classroom is reduced substantially, and a lot of these skills get imparted. I mean, it's still in the evolution stage, but maybe in a year down the line, we have a lot of A-class programs available online also, where it should reduce the dependence on brick and mortar classrooms.
You have faced problems in terms of buying from your potential students you're trying to skill? Or is it always that you get a great buy-in in terms of yes, you want to attend this program?
No.
You face challenges in the...
We face a lot of challenges in
Can you tell us a
mobilizing
little bit
also.
about that?
Yeah. So every mobilizing batches is not that easy. Just because you have a free program available and this kind of a thing. Reach out. So there's a lot of things we are doing. For example, when we look at advocacy, I don't know how many of you saw the ministry and NSDC, they lined up Sachin Tendulkar as a brand ambassador. A lot of other people, Chabana Azmi and other people have also given endorsements, and we have run those commercials in television channels here and there kind of thing. A lot of print ads that we do. So a lot of talking is required, because this was a complete, almost non-existing space. So how do you reach out? And we're looking at a lot of traditional medium like community radio. Our minister is very, very keen that we tap community radio in a big way. We do not have a very strong network available, so we are even trying to see that could we help create that network and leverage that. Rural radios, radio channels, FM has limited applicability because it's largely urbanized, kind of thing. Doordarshan, for example, fits very, very well in our media choice because one is that they still have terrestrial transmission which goes into villages and so on and so forth. And so a lot needs to talk. But the challenge that we have, the country of our size, last year our spend was almost 50 crore rupees, right, from advocacy and this kind of thing. But becomes like a droplet in the ocean. So I think that's also being increased. It's a huge. So I'm happy you asked this. It's not that you open a classroom, state of the art aspirational center, and students walk in automatically. There's a huge amount of mobilization challenges. So we are also making it. We have started last year itself. We started these mobilization camps. What do we call them? Shivers. Caution melas, where. We create a lot of hype and a lot of students come, a fun activity. Maybe the local MP will be invited to be the chief guest, where he and the training partner put together and talk to them, and that's a place where we can get lots of people come there, and some of them join, some don't. So it doesn't, the footfall doesn't get automatically converted into enrolled students.
Is there a dropout as well after?
There is some dropout. So this year, what we have done, we are learning. We are evolving, and there is and one thing which the ministry and NSDC do it very, very clearly. We are learning organization. Last year we had whatever attendance training partners used to do in a paper-based format. We used to say that okay, we'll take that attendance. This year, while we have reduced the attendance cutoff, I think it's 70% this year for PMKVI. We thought we'll make it 80 next year. We'll not make it very stringent, but it will be biometric control system, which people can't fool around. So yes, and there's some dropouts that happen. Almost 10% of the funnel doesn't write the exams and assessments. So we all know this country very well. We know what the the other India looks like and the challenges, and also have programs where their interest is sustained. Right. It's very, very important you to have very, very good occupation standard. You have very, very good curriculum. But if the delivery is poor, it doesn't excite the student. Then the people switch off. They switch off, and they're not able to sustain their interest. So whichever micro area under the skill spectrum you look at, it's full of challenges. And we participate last 3 times. We have been sending our team every 2 years. We have the Olympics of skill development. It's called the World Skills Competition. It was held in London, then in Germany. Last year it was in Brazil. Next year it will be in UAE, in Abu Dhabi. And we send our delegation there, and for students to compete. Last year they had won 8 medallions. And idea is, even they don't win those many medals, at least expose them that which way the world is moving and where they are, kind of thing. What are the gaps? For many of them, when they go abroad and participate in these kinds of, the first time they have ever sat on an aircraft, or they have even many of them traveled beyond their state, forget about traveling outside the country. These are eye openers. So it's not that this is an investment we are making as a country, and results will pay off perhaps 4 or 5 years down the line. But the idea is to expose them. Otherwise, despite internet, despite television, television still catches the fancy stuff. But what goes at the back end, in terms of skilling people, that doesn't come out that clearly. So I think these skilling, and recently, unfortunately, let me also share my complaint with media. We had such a huge, this same similar thing for India as last year we had in Pragati Maidan, this year again we had in Pragati Maidan on 15th, 16th, 17th of July, kind of thing. And very, very poor, and you should see, even non-believers in skill would get converts if you see the excitement that how these children have become the heroes or heroines. Not the industry partners, not the training partners, not NSDC, not the ministry. How the entire focus shifts on how they compete on the skills building, hairdressing, beauty and wellness, retail, construction, all kinds of things.
So that's unfortunate, but you're the nodal agency.
There's no spice there.
So how are the states responding, and which states are doing really well in terms of skilling their own people in partnership?
See, I think some states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Rajasthan, UP, they have done better than others. Some have done very well for delivery. States like UP have done very, very good work in terms of structure, creating a mission, and all schemes, most of the important schemes of the states getting amalgamated into this mission and that kind of a thing. So these states have done better, kind of thing. Kerala has done better. MP has shown. But let me tell you, for Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, perhaps UP will be the biggest state. But for the fee-based model, Maharashtra is the largest state. So some states believe a lot in freebies, some states go by the market forces, and understandably. So.
On a personal note, what has been the experience working with the minister and even the prime minister probably? How different has the focus been as compared to in the past?
So for me, it was not immediate turn. It's change of situation, because last 5 years, 5.5 years, I've been actually 80% of my time I've been working in the skill space in an informal secondment mode, kind of thing. So it was not a sudden thing, kind of thing. It has been a very, very exciting journey so far, and our minister is very hands-on, very personal, who wants to have all details, and also whenever he visits, even if it's a political visit, he makes sure that he visits for some training partners and so on and so forth. It's a very, very fun and challenging to work with. At the very top, Prime Minister who's so committed for Skill India, and our own Minister who's so heavily into the scheme of things, and our own Chairman, Mr. Ramadurai, I think, who brings amazing connects to NSDC from the industrial world. While we, like Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, we last year delivered almost in all districts, not all, but 650 districts where we do them. Other training partners of NSDC are spread in about 550 districts. But still, I'll be very, very honest, most of the investments have happened in the district headquarters. Because partners still by and large feel if they go to rural areas, they will not get that, the economic size. Everything institute has to have a capacity. It becomes very difficult for them to be in a block and village. And block level we have, kind of thing. But village level we still have very, very few centers. So what we are trying to encourage under the we are also setting up iconic and aspirational skilling centers, one in every district, which will be called the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendras, PMKKs, where the first 15 centers are already ready to be inaugurated. So there, what we are trying to encourage that you have a hub and spoke model. That we do understand the compulsions of economics will not allow you to set up skilling centers at the moment in each of the 600,000 villages in the country. But then you can also always have a hub in the district headquarters, and you have some spokes, which are spread around, which may not be full-fledged center. But if it's in Varanasi and there is a Weaver center you have to put up. So a hub could be in Varanasi, but There could be 8-10 centers around it, small centers, one very close to the weaver community where you don't do multiple skills, but you focus on the skill which is more relevant there. If there is a wood toy making industry in Varanasi, you do it there. If there is a central district where there's a lot of hospitality because there are a lot of hotels because of tourists, you focus on hospitality, or that could be in the hub also. So I think this is what we are experimenting, that it happens. But clearly there's a long way to go. We have to increase and improve our rural penetration.
If we were to go to elections, say on Pakistan or jobs, etc., we would probably win the elections hands down. What more do we need to do to make still India, politically marketable?
It's a very deep question. It's a Pakistan part. I will not like to react because that's beyond my space. I will not like to react, but I think skills more marketable. I think to my mind, I again go back to making skilling aspirational. That's very important. Because if something is not aspirational, even if you achieve fantastic numbers, how do you get awards? And every political party gets one's awards. So I think it's important. One is people. Industry captains, some more seasoned politicians, they have to walk the talk so that, every politician, even an MLA level politician who's contesting, understands the importance of skills. That's very important. And also, we as a country, we give more respect to skills. That's equally important. If we not give respect to skills, things won't happen automatically, and also have differential compensation. But I must say that I'm there, I'm getting the job in a logistics company that I'm a truck loader, simple job. Me versus somebody who's completely very well trained, there is a compensation premium. That message has to go. So if these things we all keep on working, then skilling will become more aspirational and it will become an election issue and so on and so forth. I think it's there. I see a lot of seriousness in this government the last government started the skills journey, but this government has definitely put it on a fast track.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.